All right, so my last video apparently pissed off people on Facebook because I labeled my chords as a 5-4-1-5 instead of a 1-flat-7-4-1. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's all good. I'm going to try and explain it to you. So I'm going to explain the modes to you the way that I would think about it, which is to essentially like figure out the key that all the chords might fit into, and then use those numbers as a way to navigate the modes as like your scale choices when you're improvising. So I'm going to actually flip over to the piano and roll dice to show my point. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to play the key of C. I'm going to roll a die. You're going to see the number on the camera. So that's going to be 5, 6, 5. I'll roll something else. 5, 6, 4. Oh, that's a good one. All right. So 5 in the key of C is G. 6 is A minor. F is F is number 4. So I'm going to play that progression. So. Again. 2, 3, 4. All right, and then I'm going to just do this. Okay. Here's what I did, right, is like I rolled the numbers. I said 5, 6, 4. I'm in the key of C, right? So you saw me, I only hit the white notes, no black keys at all. So that's a quick way for me to actually think about what mode I would use for 5, 6, 4. So if I really want to do that, I'm going to go G, A minor, F. So if I'm saying 5, instantly, for me, that translates to mixo. 6 is Aeolian. 4 would be Lydian. Back to 5, all right? If you want to call this 1, 2, flat 7 major, feel free. But I don't think it helps me understand the way that I use the modes. Because if you tell me you're playing the flat 7 chord in the key of G mixolydian, like that doesn't translate to me. But if you say you're playing 5, 6, 4 in any key, I would know 5 is mixo, 6 is Aeolian, 4 is Lydian, right? So like, sorry, my cat's coming. So I'm gonna do it in another key. I'm gonna roll the die, all right? So let's do another one. I'm gonna roll it, I'll tell you what it is. Whoops. I rolled a 1. I'm going to roll it again just so I can prove my point. 6. I might roll it again because that's a minor key. Here we go. 5 again. 2. 2 again. 5, 2, 3. All right. So 5, 2, 3 in the key of C. Which would be So I'm thinking mixo, Dorian, Phrygian, right? Whether the chord progression sounds good, I'm rolling dice is kind of like a separate question, but it does help me just kind of like isolate the scales that I would be using. All right, so I'll do one more, all right? Here we go. I rolled a 5 again. 3. 5, 3, 3, let's do it again. So 5, 3, 6. All right, so 5, 3, 6 in the key of C. Sorry, brain fart. Get the idea a little bit, right? So it's like it instantly translates for me as soon as you say the number. Like you say, I'm in the key of Z, and you say number 4, like I'm gonna say that's Lydian no matter what you tell me. You might call that flat 7 in the key that you're saying, but I'm calling that the tonal center. Like if I'm playing A, G, like I'm gonna identify that as a 5/4 in the key of D because I'd be thinking that this is a mixo thing, and then this is the Lydian thing. You might say it's 1 flat 7, and that is totally fine for you. You're talking about the function of it. I'm talking about a way to translate like the application of the key where the notes are coming from, like the 7 notes. You saw me in the key C, I just hit like only white keys. So like the 7 notes in the key of D are the exact same as A mixolydian. I'm just starting from a different place, right? So all these people on Facebook commenting, the A is number 1, like, I get it. It's number 1. In the scale, I think of the scale that way too. I would say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, flat 7. But when I go to the G, I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, 5, 6, 7. On the D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On each chord, I'm thinking like a different thing because that helps me kind of accentuate the chord notes, make the melody more sort of controlled around the chords versus me just sort of picking one scale and fitting it over the whole thing, which is kind of the way that some of you are talking about it, right? You're just saying like A over the whole thing. I said that too. I would do that too. But if I want to get like a little more finer detail to it, I'm going to try and find the chord tones and then use the pentatonics to surround those and then use the modes to surround that. Because then that gives you like, right, the chords are 3 notes, right? Triads. Pentatonics, 5 notes. The modes are 7 notes. Those extra 4 notes, right? 3 triad notes plus the 4 what I would call color notes. That's what makes this stuff like really sound good. If you want to just stick to your pentatonics and like do it that way, that is totally fine. I've always been thinking modes. I'm a jam band guy. I love jazz. Like I'm also into classical, which is why I'm like using Roman numerals to sort of communicate it this way. But to me, like if you say to me like 3, 6, 4, 1, like all of that translates to the modes. I said 3, 6, 4, 1. So that'd be Phrygian, Aeolian, Lydian, Ionian. Like instantly, no matter what key you tell me to do it in, like I will do it. Okay. All right, I hope that is helpful, and I will actually do like a real lesson on like some other chord progression, how to solo another time, but see you next time. Have a good one.